All right, guys, welcome back to the new subscriber game. Not to be confused with the old subscriber game or the multiverse subscriber game. Oh, look at this. It's starting to overload just from looking now. Oh, there's so much stuff going on. I love it. It's funny because now there's not, the swarm of names everywhere because a lot of people have dropped out by this point. But now there's the swarm of those dots from all the troops, and that's a lot more of a load, um, you know, on the program, honestly, because all of these are individual units that are going places. And oh my gosh, just the processing power, if you think about it, that's required for this is just, staggering. And I love it. Just not even anything that would be possible with home computing uh, systems, even 10 years ago. But I love it. So the reason I'm casting this is I'm not really ready to cast again because you can see I'm not in position necessarily. This group here, let me just show you the sort of the local um, mass of people that I have here is about 520 guys and 46 cannon. That's not bad. Two fighters and two bombers, which, by the way, I'm now building almost exclusively air units because that's how I like to go in the mid game. But so anyway, I'm moving them forward, of course. And there was an airfield up here that I'm moving my bombers into position. But here's what's really interesting, what's happening here. So a couple things that I need to highlight here. First of all was Benaiah. Benaiah here. Actually, here we go. Nope. Where are you, Benaiah? Oh, here he is, which is South Chad. He actually bowed out of the coalition. And the reason was he really wanted either Kenya or South Transvaal to be included in the Union. And part of it was my sense is that it's that, it's silly because we're all just sitting at computers, but I think it really is that sort of trench brother thing. And so South Transvaal and Kenya have been working side by side. Let me be sure it's South Transvaal. Yeah, South Transvaal have been really working side by side in this effort to push up into lone survivors territory here. So they've been fighting this war for a while. And by the way, the Power of Us has been fighting it too. And you can see this guy's a beast. Look at that. That's ridiculous. That's 2 battleships, 3 battleships, 4 once you have 4 battleships, it's like, oh, come on, man. Now you're just bragging. So anyway, he has mastery of the sea. I know for a fact he bombed out one of South Rhodesia's bombers. They attacked in and destroyed a bomber on the ground, and that always hurts. I hate when that happens. Gosh, if you go look at another 500, I lost like an air force of 20 fighters and 20 bombers when somebody snuck through my allies' territory that had right of way, and I guess they just didn't notice and just killed my entire air force. Man, it was depressing. It was so sad. Anyway, so here's what's interesting though. So Benaiah did bow out of the coalition. He's still a full brother, make no bones about it. He shared vision with me right away. If you are in our coalition, please share vision with Mighty Benaiah immediately. He is a full brother. He's just cool enough to let somebody else into the Core 7. Now, I had to decide between South Transvaal and Kenya. Enter this guy up here. I'm trying to drag, and here we go. This is West Caucasus, who is potentially one of our major threats over here. He is the major threat. He's part of the New World Order, which, as we know, Darth Vader and douchebag over here joined once they got kicked out of the European Union for racist comments and weird, insulting behavior. They went ahead and hooked up with the New World Order. So this guy contacts me, West Caucasus, who's clearly the dominant player in this. If you look at what he's got going on here, that is a big kingdom, man. Like, that is a serious, let's go ahead and show the colors here so you can see it. If you look in green, he's green. That's him. He's big. And And he got in touch with me and he said, hey, tell your people to stop attacking into me, or I'm going to declare war on your coalition. And I'm a little concerned about that because, we have 50 cal down here and a couple other people down here, but I'm not sure, but I don't think, even South Rhodesia, who I mentioned got bombed out by a battleship. I'm not sure if it was, that's the unfortunate thing, is that I'm not sure exactly all the details, but he is not at war right now with this guy. He's at war with Levante. This is right now, South Rhodesia is at war with Levante. So he's not at war with West Caucasus. But West Caucasus is coming at me saying, hey, you got to rein back in your people. So, I DM'd him immediately and said, I don't know what you're talking about. No one in my coalition is at war with you. Have no idea what you're talking about, because here's the thing. He doesn't know. He maybe knows a little bit about what's coming, but I don't really think so. That 550 guys with about 50 artillery that are coming in from me. And then let's not even talk about like this ridiculous stuff that's coming from Galicia here. We now have exceeded 1,000 in stacks. I love it. I love this part of the game. This is so much fun. So Galicia's coming in here, and also South Kerman has been coming in with a lot of forces. You can see another 500 stack coming in from South Angola over here. So we're moving in with a bunch of crap, like just a bunch of stuff. And so this guy doesn't even know about that. All he knows is that someone is attacking in that he suspects is an ally of ours. And so this is where the fact that we have these silent brothers really came in handy. So I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know any of these people. And he's like, well, they're throwing rocks from behind the skirts of their allies. And if this doesn't stop, I'm going to get mad. And so I went ahead and did the research. Like he could have just told me who he was mad at. But I had to go over here. I had to click on this. I'd look it up. West Sardaria, AI. Uralisk, AI. Astrakhan, an AI that's almost completely dead. North Kerman, an AI. Levante, an AI who used to be part of the European coalition. So here's a guy who destroyed one of the brothers from the European coalition and is complaining about somebody from our side attacking him. And then finally, I tracked it down. I was like, oh, South Transvaal is also at war with him. So this is probably what garnered Benaya's respect, because, it's not easy to get his respect. He's a smart dude. Is that I think South Transvaal, and anybody can correct me or add to the story in the comments below, please. I think South Transvaal has been fighting sort of a guerrilla warfare on the fronts here. And I'm here for it. I love it. I think it's great. So who's over here? Italian Somaliland. Yep. Northeast Rhodesia. Okay. Northeast Rhodesia, I'm pretty sure, like, wow, I am not paying enough attention to what's going on over here. I'm super sorry about that, guys. I can't help but be myopic a little bit. Can't help but have tunnel vision because I'm sort of dealing with what's happening around me. But Italian Somaliland is absolutely kicking butt. And that is the 50 cal fucking beast over here. That's great. He's, probing into this AI over here, who used to be a player character, but is no longer. But right now, the major threat over here is definitely Lone Survivor. Look at Lone Survivor. He does have 206 territories. So if you compare that to somebody like me, who I'm frankly a mediocre player in this game, I have 127. So nearly twice what I have. If you look at somebody who's dominating over here, like Harkold, he has, just over that. So this guy is a potent threat, somebody to deal with. So here's what I wanted to say to South Transvaal, is that part of this strategy of like, what, who, I went ahead and admitted Kenya into the Union because I want you to continue to be that ninja. I want you to continue to be that silent assassin. Um, you're doing great, and just keep on what you're doing, and just know that, like, um, this is Sui here. Is that Sui? Maybe, I don't know. It could be Sue the second. I don't know. But anyway, please just know we appreciate you. And as of right now, because of global politics, I'm just claiming that I don't know you. And it's true. Like, I don't think I've had more than one or two messages. Because I try to stay honest. Yeah, we had a few interactions, and yeah, he was talking about that we need help in the Middle East. But overall, like, I've left the Middle East players, which I believe is, well, used to be, God damn it, used to be Happy here. Smiley, sorry. Smiley was a huge asset that is gone now, and that is very sad. But it was the Power of Us, 50 Cal, Benaya, and South Transvaal have been really handling matters over here. So I've kind of delegated that over because I just don't have enough brain cells to keep track of all this stuff. But anyway, what I did was I went ahead and let in Kenya to the inner 7, and that was one of the 2 that Mighty Benaya had recommended. He said either Kenya or South Transvaal. But what I wanted to do in this video is make sure that South Transvaal knows that this is not an insult to you. This is a tribute to you, because I'm engaged in diplomacy now with this monster over here, Lone Survivor. And part of what is keeping him sort of at bay is the confusion over who belongs to our coalition and who doesn't. So keep doing what you're doing. And please know that as we move forward, you are absolutely next. You are absolutely next into the coalition. If anybody drops out, and, like, I didn't think Smiley would drop out, but he did, and it's like, dang, some of the people, not Sir Tandoom, sorry about, whoa, Sir Tandoom dropped out? Oh my gosh. Okay, these are freaking, what you might call like A-list people dropping out of here. So we lost Smiley and Sir Tandoom. Wow. Okay, you just never know what's going to happen. Again, though, we super duper wish they would vacate and allow other people to just occupy. Dang. Okay. Let's just go ahead and check over on coalitions. Yeah. So we're down to 6-7. I think that's Sir Tandoom who just left. Well, all right. So allow me to make my words law here. Let's go ahead and allow South Transvaal, not allow, ask South Transvaal to honor us with his presence in the 7. This is quite a blow. I will say, in our rankings, Benaya had about 70 territories, I want to say. Yeah, we got knocked down a lot here, but that's all right. We're still in the top 4. And of course, knowing that we have a non-aggression treaty, that makes a huge difference, bringing these 2 to 500, which absolutely dominates the entire board. But keep that a secret, okay? That is very unfortunate, because I think, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, my popularity has absolutely plummeted 18%. Like, I must have sneak attacked a couple people without realizing it or something. But it's very unfortunate, because I now have an AI here, all these sort of darker, you can see the darker territories. That's because I've got Fog of War with them, and I didn't used to. At least I still have ROW with them. Look at all these dark. Oh, it's just not good. And at this stage in the game, we can't turn around and deal with these guys back in our homeland, because we've got to continue moving forward. So we're just going to have to hope that nothing happens back in the homeland. And if it does, we'll have to turn around and deal with it, I guess. So to summarize, oh no. So that's going to look bad for me. I just realized I completely pretended that I didn't know who South Transvaal was. And then now I just now let him into our coalition. So now it's going to be like on a billboard. That's okay. That's all right. I try to tiptoe around it, but the truth is I do like to be honest in this game as much as possible. I'll play a little bit of intrigue here and there. And, like do technical truths like, oh, I don't really know what's going on with him, which I don't really know what's going on with South Transvaal lately, but overall it's best to be pretty straightforward in this game and let your strategy and your gameplay do your talking. So that's going to play out however it plays out. It is a little bit unfortunate because, frankly, we're not ready to face him over here. So I will call only 50 cal to muster. Like, realize we might be having something ugly going on here. It doesn't look like he's stacked to the southern border yet. This Navy is problematic for sure. Nobody likes to see 4 battleships, and a cruiser on their 2 cruisers, in their front yard. But for now, really what we're concentrating on here is, you can see Clapping Cheeks has been just rampaging through central Hungary here. And central Hungary has kind of wilted like some bad cabbage. And then if you go over to the Discord, you can see the strategy. I'm not going to share it here just in case there's a leak. But Clapping Cheeks has a really complex and, I think, brilliant strategy as to how to deal with these oncoming stacks. Here is the concerning stack right here from central Hungary coming in with this. But what he doesn't realize is that, look what's coming over here. Look at this. Oh, no. So what's going to happen is Clapping Cheeks is going to execute his really brilliant fallback / aerial attack strategy at exactly the same time as these giant stacks attack in. And I don't think, can I gather my allies' units? No. Oh, yeah, I can. Look at that. Oh, that's a stack and a half. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. That is all from Galatia here. Oh, what a beast. 2,000, 12 and 11, 123. Oh, I love this phase of the game. I love it. And guess what, Senor Douchebag? And then I do kind of feel bad for Darth Vader because I think all he's doing is just supporting his coalition brother. Not sure about that. Not sure about how that all fell out. So maybe somebody from the European coalition can straighten me out about that. Like, how did this all go down? Who left first? Who got kicked out? Was Darth Vader part of that union? And did he drop out to be with Central Hungary? To be with. But, oh my gosh, there's just a tsunami that's about to strike across here. And it's embarrassing. Like, I have my 550 that I'm so proud of. And then look at this. Just within that little circle that I grabbed, 2,000. Look at this stack alone. I love this. I love this mid-game stuff. It's just it's just over the top. So wonderful. And so I'm going to keep on streaming stuff up here all the way from Southern Africa all the way up. I'm just keeping on grabbing and sending every time I can think about it, all the way to the front. I think everybody here should be moving forward. Nope, they're not. So I'll have to grab them and move them. Try to consistently feed that pipeline moving north. And then now that I'm really starting to get my economy, the thing is, think about how long it took me to get up to here and gather all this stuff. Well, I did it, and now I've got it, and now I'm really starting to develop these doubles. I'm still working on it, though. Like this one, I'm still building an airfield on. This one over here, still building a level 3 factory. Don't even have an airfield. You go all the way up to here, I've got a level 1 factory building here because that was a late acquisition from our friend who left the game here. Freaking proper, left the game the right way, Biden the 8th. So I'm still developing a lot of my economic capacity, but what I'm happy to say is I've finally reached the tipping point where I can start really churning out the Air Force. So that's going to be my main strategy from here on out. I'll keep on streaming up the infantry, but from now on, it's just planes. It's just lots of airplanes, just as many as I can possibly make. I will horse trade. I will buy, sell, steal, whatever I can get to get as many Air Force units as I can up to the front. because that's the fastest units possible. And we've already determined that we do have an air hop all the way up here. And by the way, if you're wondering from our previous video, I did go ahead and build an airfield here, and that's going to connect with the airfield here on this double. So I should have a complete direct air hop to the front. So in the past, I was the weak link there, although I, was complaining about somebody else not doing it, and I was the one that wasn't doing it. But anyway, this is great stuff, man. There's a lot of drama going on. We definitely have this guy over here who is a heavyweight, and he knows it. Wes Koskes, who's rattling his saber and threatening. And then we have our ninja, South Transvaal, who apparently is pissing him off and attacking through other allies. So what I will say is that anybody down here who is not South Transvaal, be careful, because South Transvaal is getting pissed off about whatever incursions are happening here. So it might be time to start stacking this northern border with a little bit more stuff, although I can't see that he's really moving anything down here quite yet. So we'll see. He is at war with 5 other AI around the map, so that also occupies at least some portion of his military. So, all right, there's so much going on. I do love it when these 500 games hit the mid game. It's exciting stuff. There's a lot going on. This is no doubt a reply from Lone Survivor, so I'll check out what he has to say next. I try not to read DMs fresh on the air because I never know what it's going to be. It could be something really, really rude or racist or, obscene or something. I've had some people have said mean things to me. Let me put it that way. But anyway, I'll check that in just a minute and see what's up. And, but for now, I just have to say, I'm stoked, man. I love this phase of the game where we're all just swarming in. And we do have that advantage, of course, of because we have the non-aggression treaty with the European Union here, we are just a dominant force, just absolutely, mowing like a giant power lawnmower, just absolutely chopping down like a hog, like one of those tractor, you pull it behind your tractor, like just completely devastating everything in front of us. I love that feeling. I did try to share map with this guy, and he hasn't gotten back with me yet, but I hope he does, because it'd be nice to see that as blue, since it essentially really is blue. He's a significant player, and he is with the European Union, who, of course, we have a non-aggression. That's if you're from Greece. But anyway, we have a non-excretion, so we won't excrete. I'm just trying to think of puns, and I can't think of any. We have a non-aggression treaty with this entire coalition, and it's been working really well for both of us, I think, as we just sort of swarm and bluify the entire planet. So what I want to say is, Middle Eastern friends, especially 50 cal, stay strong, be careful. This dude is making noises over here. He's pissed off. It won't be long, though. Honestly, it really won't be long if you look at these stacks before we have Darth Vader and Lord Douchebag over here completely neutralized, and then we can move into, this is a neutral player. So I do wonder, Europeans, have you thought about reaching out to this guy? I don't know if you want to give up that much territory, but I do know that the Europeans still have several slots available. It's always scary to take on guys late in the game. If you look at my another 500 playlist, we took on 2 guys late in the game that ended up being either treacherous or stupid. It was hard to tell which was which. But one guy allowed my enemy to walk through him and kill my stack of 20 fighters and 20 bombers. And the other guy, and that was okay, kind of, because it's like, okay, you've been in this region for a while and you've made your ROW alliances with whoever, AI, they're already gone from the game. I attacked in and I didn't know that they could walk through your land and kill me. So that's kind of acceptable. But the second time was this other player who allowed our main adversary, like the number one enemy of the game, who we knew and we'd been talking about was the main threat to us, allowed him to walk through his territory and kill my main stack. And it was like, oh my, I went to sleep thinking I was safe. because my friend had stacks and I had stacks, so he would have had to gone through a lot of stuff to get to me. I wake up and I'm dead. And then like literally 2 days later, I go back into the game, and my so-called ally, he's AFK now. He's gone because, yeah, guess what? We needed to stand together there, and you didn't. So, the point being here at the end of this stupid rant is that sometimes adding people late in the game is not a great idea. You don't know what kind of loyalties they have. You don't know what kind of agreements they have within their little regions. And people do build relationships, of course. I mean, this is a freaking month-long, 2-month-long, 3-month-long game. People do develop relationships, friendships, and those things can be pretty strong. So I'm not necessarily saying Europe wants to do that. It certainly would expedite our attack into here. We've got to get down here soon. This is I would say, an existential threat. My God, what's going on with me? It's an existential threat to our coalition over here. We've got these guys in the Middle East who have really been hanging on. 50 Cal, Smiley, the Power of Us, and who else? Like a couple. It seems like another player I really don't want to leave out. I know Benaya has been active over here as well. But now Smiley's gone. That really sucks. I cannot emphasize enough how much that sucks, because it definitely sucks. Northwest Rhodesia. Oh. Whoa. Kenya. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, I misread that badly. So the reason that we had an additional slot here was that Kenya dropped out. I'm a little slow in the head, guys. Kenya dropped out like immediately, like right after I added him. Wow. Okay, so things are even worse than I thought. Two of the major players in the Middle East, Kenya and Smiley, have left the game. Oh no, why? Why did you do that, guys? We really needed that. Okay, well, we've still got the Power of Us, and we've still got 50 Cal over here. But I would say we need to maybe consider sending contingents over there. So what that might look like is, let me just see what I can gather here from the Southland. 42 and 1. I mean, it's not great, but it's something. I'm not going to send my bombers over there, so I'm going to have to split those out, but I'm going to send something over there. So just whatever pathetic force I can send, every little bit. If each of us sent small forces like this, maybe think about it, guys. Think about, can you send 50 guys and a cannon over to the Middle East? If you can, please do. And just station them wherever you can. I'm very concerned about this guy. He is rattling his saber. He is angry. He is hangry. All right, that's it, guys. I've already wasted enough of your time. I'm out of here. Thanks for checking in. This game is getting exciting. There's no question about it. All right, adios, amigos. See y'all next time.